network. We're trying to network with new artists. We're trying to just build Montreal. That's why I get along so well with AllStars Montreal right here. And they want to put people on the map. They want to put the city on the map. It's all about collaboration. Shout out AllStars Montreal. It's Drew here in Makeway Studios. Shout out Makeway Studio. I got my boy right here controlling the game. You know what's up. Sound engineer's gone, but he was a cool dude too. Anyways, Drew here in Makeway Studio with AllStars Montreal and with NSL. We just cooked up a song called 2021. It's going to be dropping top of next year in January. Right now, we're just chilling. It's the first day of snow in Montreal tonight, so it is what it is. It's the vibes. Yeah, so when I was a kid, my sister would make me do shows because she would like sing and she would make me sing and dance with her. So when we were kids, we would perform for our parents, and my parents always told me that I sang well, and my sister sings really well too. And then as a kid, like it's not really cool to do that, so I stopped doing that. And then, especially as a male, like I sounded like a little girl when I was a kid singing, so I kind of like cut it off. And now recently, I guess just life put me back in that space where I always consume music a lot. Like I listen to music all the time. And then I guess it just it was forced upon me in a way to start making music. I just felt like I had something to say and I knew I could sing. So I just kind of put it all together. It was meant to be because these three guys right here, Durza, Bean, and Dusty, we all played hockey together. So we met on the ice, and then I knew they made beats and they were musicians. And so we just said, you know what, let's just do this. And then especially with COVID, we just said, like, what else are we going to do? Might as well create, might as well give out inspiration. So that's where it comes from. So since I was a little kid, I was into music, but it turned in from, like, I used to be a consumer of music, and now I'm a creator of music. It's not so complicated. It's actually quite simple. I like creativity. No, I'm kidding. But my full name is Andrew, and the idea of my name is Drew. But the reason for it is because I wanted to keep it real. Like I didn't want to have like a persona or like a superficial like persona of my artist. So really, I just wanted to be me as real as I could be. So I just kept my name. I just turned it into a nickname because a lot of people that know me call me Drew anyways. My dream collab. Oh, I have a long list. Damn. I think if I had a song with Chris Brown would be like, because Chris Brown has been relevant since I'm a kid, bro. Like Chris Brown was like 17 when he blew up, and he's still relevant today, which is crazy to think. Like he's only like what, 32 years old? So like that's crazy. So I think Chris Brown would be there. Otherwise, I think Sway Lee. Sway Lee's another one because Sway Lee is like in the same vibe too. Like Chris Brown, he's like a mix of like Chris Brown's very R&B, but Sway Lee has a lot of R&B in him too. So it'd definitely be like the R&B vibe. Either one of those two, Chris Brown or Sway Lee. Inspirations, obviously Chris Brown and Sway Lee, but I just said that. But otherwise, there's a lot of newer artists too, like Little TJ is probably a huge one because he's really into like the singing rap, and that's basically what I do. Like most of the time it's singing. So I say Little TJ. I really like Big Sean too. Big Sean because he's like super authentic when he like his storytelling ability is crazy. You obviously have like all the cliche ones like Drake, J. Cole for sure, guys like that. But I would think top 5 is probably like Little TJ, Sway Lee, Chris Brown, J. Cole, and Big Sean. That's my top 5. My favorite song of this year has to be, okay, there's a few. There's Lil Baby's Emotionally Scarred. I don't know if you know that song, but that's just such a good storytelling song. So I would say either Emotionally Scarred by Lil Baby or the collab between Lil TJ and, what's his name, Prince in New York. It's called Hood Scars 2. If you don't know that song, it's beautiful. It's like sad. It's nice. It's a banger. So one of those two, or else Big Sean's album was nice. Lucky Me by Big Sean, because that was like a good storytelling of like, the idea of that song was like, people would always say he's like lucky in life, like, oh, you're lucky, you're famous, this, that. But then he gives a side of like all the struggles he went to become lucky. So he's basically saying like, I'm lucky, but you could also be lucky if you put the work in. So lucky music, and also that's my top 3 right there. Oh wow, meaningful. It's biased because the song I made for my grandmother who passed away. This the music video we made together called "See Me Now." So "See Me Now" is about my grandmother who passed away, and the whole idea was that if she was still around or if she's looking down, without a doubt, I know you'd be proud. So that song to me has the most emotional connection to it. But it's probably my favorite song I've ever made. But there's also a few others, and it depends because we really try to like be versatile. So we have like pop songs or like rap songs, but if I had to pick one that I was most emotionally attached to, it would probably be "See Me Now" or "Before You Leave," because "Before You Leave" is a song we just put on our tape, and like the story behind it is much deeper than it sounds. Like the story. Anyways, I don't want to get into details, but the song is about betrayal, and it might not be what people think it's about. It's much deeper, and it's not even about a male-female relationship. It's just a play on words, so it's a long story, but Before You Leave is very emotionally attached to me as well, but "See Me Now" is probably just above it.
Kiss me before you leave, without you I cannot breathe. Used to think that it was cheap, now I know they love it free. Got me begging, please.
So usually we put out one song every month. So we have a monthly single that we push out. That was our growing strategy. And every month we try to switch up the styles. So we try to appeal to different audiences. Now, we started this in January of this year, right? So we put about 10 singles out until now, because now we're in November. And I just wanted to end the year, all of us wanted to end the year on a note of like kind of like a wrap up of the whole year. But also we felt that the season was just calling for it. Like, this year, 2020, has been so down and so dark and so like negative in many ways because of COVID and because of like mental health and all that stuff. So we thought it would be appropriate to drop a tape for the end of the year. And the tape, if you listen to it, it's all sad songs, which fits perfectly the mood of the year, but also the mood of the season. So the season of fall is usually dark, it's usually sad, it's like somber. So we tried to match that music along with the season. And so that in hand with the idea that the year is coming to an end, so it's like a year 2020 wrap up for NSL. We usually put out singles, but we wanted to give you guys a project, a very short project too. It's 15 minutes and 6 tracks, but for us that was like an outro of 2020 was to put these 6 tracks. "2020" was built off of kind of improv, because we started making music this year. So going into it, you don't really know how the game works. You don't really know what to expect. I started the Instagram page back in mid-March, actually the first day that they announced like the COVID thing. So it was just a question of improvisation. I don't even know if that's how you say the word, but that's what we've been doing all year. We stuck to the idea of putting one single out every month. As well as features, and then we wanted to wrap up this year with that tape, like I just said. Now, moving forward, I think the focus is going to continue to be on monthly singles, because we've seen like so much growth in those monthly singles. Like every single month hit harder than the previous month, except for "See Me Now" that took off the hardest. But otherwise, we see our fan base growing, we see everything growing. So I think we're going to stick to the 1 month release for now, singles. I'm going to keep going on features. I'm trying to grow this Instagram page as much as possible. Like we grew in 8 months, we grew 1,000 followers from 0 to 1,000 in 8 months, which isn't much, but that just shows like the dedication that we put into it. So we're trying to go all in on Instagram. We're trying to keep putting out monthly singles. My whole team is laughing at me right now, but look, this is the example that we never stop laughing. NSL stands for Never Stop Laughing. So literally, if you could turn the camera, they cannot stop. They physically can't stop laughing. You're worried of catching COVID-19, but here we catch NSL. We just keep on laughing. If you catch this, you're good for life. So hit Makeway Studio. More singles and features to come in 2021. We're trying to grow our network. We're trying to network with new artists. We're trying to just build Montreal. That's why I get along so well with AllStars Montreal right here. Their ideology, when I met with Manu and Felix the first time, we sat in the Tim Hortons and we talked about what the ideology was. Like before we even talked about my video or nothing, I asked them what their vision was, and they want to put people on the map. They want to put the city on the map. It's all about collaboration. So NSL is the same idea. Never Stop Laughing is bigger than music. It's a lifestyle. Like you need to be optimistic. We're turning these moments of darkness and sadness into something you could celebrate, into something that you could improve your mood on. So that goes beyond just NSL. That goes as well for AllStars Montreal. That goes for Makeway Studios. I know. I just feel the vibes when I'm with them. So looking forward, we're trying to expand community. We're trying to expand creativity and just push borders and just put Montreal on the map, because it's only a matter of time. Amen. That was probably the highlight. That's the only part. From the very, very beginning, like I just said, it actually ties into what I was just talking about at the NSL page. Like these guys know I spend so much time on our Instagram page trying to grow it like every day. So how I came across your tournament is that I was looking up a niche hashtag, and I think it was like Montreal music probably, or Montreality or something like that. And I looked up to the most recent post of that hashtag on Instagram. And so this is a trick for you guys trying to grow Instagram pages. Look at hashtags and engage. So like comment something appropriate. Don't just comment hearts or like fire. You want to comment like, oh, nice drums, nice kick. Your melody was crazy. Nice vocal sample. Boom, boom, boom. I do stuff like that to engage with community, build connections, etc. So I searched up that Montreal hashtag, and I came across AllStars page. And at the time, you guys had like 30 followers, and you just put up like the pool. It was called like Pool A AllStars, something like that. And I was like, oh, what's this all about? Because it said Montreal, Quebec. So sure enough, I liked the post, and then I looked into it. I went up and read the bio, and then it said like DM us if you're interested. First tournament coming soon. So I was like, say less. Like, I want to grow, so I just DM'd them right away, and I was like, oh, I heard you guys got a tournament going on. I don't know how it works, but my name is Drew. We just started doing music, blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, that's all I had to do. They took my name, my artist name, Drew, and they said, okay, you got to send us a 60-second verse by next week. So I was like, okay, say less. So then we built up a beat together. Well, they did, and then they sent it to me, and then I made the video for it and sent it in. And then it was like the bracket challenge, like you guys all know. And I got to say, what the biggest thing I took from that tournament, beyond like it was a blessing to have the studio session, the video, all that was amazing. It was a blessing, and I'm thankful for it. But I feel like the connections I made through that tournament were even beyond the the reward I got for winning. To me, like, there's so many people that I could speak on that, like, now I'm about to have tracks with, or that, like, we follow each other on Instagram, we DM, like, daily. Like, so many people from the first tournament that it was literally a networking opportunity for me. Like, now, look, Makeway Studio, I'm here right now. He was in the first tournament. Zach's, we have a track together, and we talk all the time. JK is in the second tournament right now. New Yacht is my boy now. We talk all the time. It's crazy. Like, I'm just naming a few, but pretty much everyone from that first bracket I'm still in contact with, or we follow each other, we support each other, and that's what it's all about. So to me, it's way beyond like what we just got. It is a blessing that we just got all these rewards and like for winning. But even if you lose this competition, like if you're in round 2 right now, in tournament 2 or in tournament 3, whatever, and you lose, don't take it as an L, because the people that you're gonna meet, but you got to make the effort too. You just can't be mad that you lost and then leave and cry about it. You got to like be like, oh, this guy's dope. Let me actually hit him up, and not be, just put your ego to the side and be like, bro, that verse was crazy. You deserve to win. I'm not even mad that you beat me. And just saying that just shows how real of an artist you are. And then he's probably going to hit you back and show love, and boom, you just made a connection. So take those moments and build on those moments. Don't just be insulted that you lose. It's not about winning. It's just about contributing to the community and also growing with it. So that's what AllStars taught me. So I never performed in real life. Like I said before, we started this in January is when we put out our first track, and then we started the Instagram page in March. So as you guys know, COVID literally hit at the same time. And at first we weren't going to do a show, and we didn't know anything. We had one song, like that was it. And since then we've grown. And we actually had an idea we spoke about like in the winter time before COVID was even a thing, that like in the summer we would make like an NSL event where we would have people like artists come over and just like kind of party, but also have artists perform on the side for people that be interested or just listening and enjoying the music. So that was something we had in mind, and then obviously that got torn down with COVID. But moving forward, I would assume we would do something like that just to like grow ourselves as well as our community. So am I looking forward to performing? Yes, I am. I never had the experience, so I can't speak on how I feel performing or nothing. I'm excited. To me, a new challenge is always cool. Like today was my first studio session ever, and I loved it. I absorbed the moment, and I didn't know what to expect. I came in like open-minded, and I loved it. So I'm sure the same idea will apply to performing. I just don't know the logistics of it yet. You know what I mean? So we'll see when the time comes. I might hit you up to ask you some questions, you know? But yeah. Exactly, with this table right here. I don't just want to speak on my behalf because we're a group, but I think we can all agree that um, although we've always had short-term goals, like we never really focused on 10 years from now, I think after the first year we can say that like it's all about community and it's all about building and expanding. So I don't think it's just music. I think it's beyond music. I think it's, if NSL was still to continue growing and to become something like dominant, well, that is amazing and it's a blessing. And I think our goal is going to be to bring as many people on board as we can. And just really, really pushing creativity way beyond music, videography, photography, clothing. Like now that if we get leverage in in terms of like growing tens of thousands of followers, and let it be known that like we're gonna be rocking like Montreal clothing lines, we're gonna be rocking Montreal, like we're gonna hook up with Montreal like photographers and all that. Like I think our mentality is really focused on our city. So right now it's all about building the leverage, and in the future, if we are something somewhat influential on the city, I think we're really going to reinvest into our own city all across the board of creators, not just music. Like I'm probably forgetting things right now, but everything creativity. So I think NSL would be much beyond, like I said earlier, NSL is a lifestyle, never stop laughing. That's what it stands for. And every single song I made has pain in it. But when you listen to it, you might not realize that because it bounces and it's a good time. It's a vibe. But I think that mentality could be applied to way beyond music. Never stop laughing is literally, like, it sounds crazy, but if I'm having a bad day and something happens, I'll just be like, oh, I'm laughing. And then boom, it's better. Like seriously, I could like kick my toe on the side of the sofa right there. You know how much that hurts when your little pinky toe hits the side of the, and then like it hurts at first, you're like, damn it, and you're like pissed. And I'm like, no, I'm laughing. And then I'm good. It's all psychological, bro. But the same thing applies to everything we do. So I think NSL has a lot of potential to become like a way of thinking, a way of living, especially for creators. We're trying to put Montreal on the map in all senses of creativity. So we're on every streaming platform. Artist name is Drew. If you follow our Instagram page, that's where we go the hardest. It's nsl.collective. So NSL Collective is our tag on Instagram. We're posting videos every week. We do behind the scenes of every song. We do the inspiration of every song. We do beat building videos. We do vlogs. We do like kind of like interview styles with artists we collaborate with. We do snippets where we post snippets about like songs that will come out. So our Instagram page is very, very a mix of music and comedy. Like you'll see, I do like vlogs on my Instagram page. So check out our Instagram page, and if you like it, check out our music. We're on every single streaming platform. I go by the name of Drew. My three producers are Bean, Dusty, and Durza. And they're all super talented. We got beats. They feed me beats all the time. So check out our music if you're interested, and new singles every month. That's our big thing. New singles every month, every genre, every month. That's what it is. So thank you. And before I end this off, I want to thank Felix. I want to thank Manu. I want to thank Ali. I want to thank Anu. And Diego's not here today, but Diego's chilled too. So AllStars Montreal, shout out AllStars Montreal for this opportunity. Not even the opportunity you gave me in NSL, but the opportunity you're giving Montreal. It's way beyond just a studio session, a music video. It's way beyond the interview. It is like just creativity, community building. So keep it up, All-Stars Montreal. Much, much love. And I'm going to keep enjoying those tournaments. And good luck to everyone who ever contributes to these tournaments. And like I said, if you lose, it's not an L. You're going to bounce back, and it's just a lesson to be learned and a connection to be made. So All-Stars Montreal, NSL, Makeway Studio. That's what's up.
Pa, 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 pa.
I'm loving it.
All right. Okay, so usually we put out one song a year, and stupid. Let's rewind the tape. One song a year. We've been making music 10 months, but we put songs once a year.
One song a year.
I'm good. I have so many cameras on me.
Pa, 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 pa.